Loading this video, so take it away.
Okay. Hello, people. Hello, people.
Is there anybody there?
Anyone there? Welcome to the podcast. Oh, Richard's in.
He's number 3.
Yeah. How you doing,
Good. Y'all
Richard?
talking?
Richard, can you hear me?
Yep.
See. Look at that. See.
Are you really
Wait.
wearing a fleece?
It's cold, man. In the 40s.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're
But it's going
joking.
to warm up to 70 today. It's crazy. It starts out at 40, then it warms up to 70.
Welcome
must
to
be.
Louisiana.
Don't tell us where, but you must be north of San Francisco then.
South.
Really?
South. Wow.
Yeah. Suburbia.
Oh, I love
More
San
space than my
Francisco.
500 square foot apartment I had in the city. That's for sure.
Oh,
I
really?
flew into San Francisco on United, and I was going through Eva, and I went outside because it was an early flight, and I want to say I went outside at like 8:00 in the morning because I had a 3-hour layover, so I was going to go sit outside, and I remember sitting in the shade, and it was cold, and thinking, oh, this looks like a nice place. I ought to visit it. And then everybody went, no, you can just bypass it.
You know, it's funny. Pro tip. So I was always so curious about EVA Airlines because I heard about it a lot when I flew China Airlines and Philippine Airlines. Come to find out when I researched it. So you actually pronounce it EVA, not EVA.
Yeah, I think it
idea.
is. And I've even asked them before, and I think you're right on that. It's EVA. Because I always said,
counterintuitive.
I'm trying to
right?
remember which one. I think you're right. It's EVA. But when I went to Anna, I said, is it ANA or Anna? And they're like, Anna. And I was like, all right, or maybe they didn't care and let me be a stupid ass. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I've always said, I still say Eva. I can get away with it. It's kind of like one of those, I'm a redneck. So everybody just goes, oh, all right. Fair enough. Tomato.
Yeah. Well,
You
we're
guys
getting
were
ready.
great yesterday, man. Ryan, Tom, you guys were awesome on the show. So
Yes.
funny. I watched it back twice. It was so hilarious. You guys are so funny.
And you know, the scary part is what I told Tom. I said I felt so flat. It was one of my my menstrual days because about once a month my neck flares up on me. So I had I took a muscle relaxer earlier, and I was just getting off the couch, putting on the headphones, and I was still having the effects of that, and I was ready for bed, and I'm going, God, I just don't feel alive right now.
Well, you were on form, man.
I don't know what type of
deadpan delivery is just so great, you know.
People don't know it's coming, and that's what I tell everybody here. We've talked about it here on the show. Inevitably, when you go sit at the bars or restaurants, you get the people that, you know, that are on holiday or that's all they do is they go straight. I say, I love this show better because I can talk freely and just like take the piss out of everybody. You get, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. They know everything. So if you say, yeah, I have a girlfriend, they're like, oh, you don't want to do that. You know, they're all out to rob your money. And it's like, well, you could say that about the whole world. So it's not just Thailand, but
Yeah.
and inevitably I'll just start with people and I'll just go, you know what, something about, and you know, this month I had to send money back for the buffalo. Last month it was the chickens. And I'll just feed these people, and they'll look at me like, "Holy shit!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sending 100,000 baht back to the girlfriend's family to the farm, you know, to because of the sick chickens, the sick buffalo." And I'd go through all the stereotypes, and the looks on their faces that they can't tell if I'm fucking with them or if I'm being serious, and it's the greatest thing in the world. And half the time I look at people, I'm like, "Y'all know that I'm getting screwed, and y'all just going to sit there and let it happen?" And they're like, well, we didn't know if you're serious. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. My other fans that Tom knows me well is like, you get the, hey, we have a cryptocurrency that just come out. We want you to invest in it, or the property, or this. It's a can't lose investment. It's going to compound interest 1% every day. And I'll listen to the whole spiel. I listen intently. They've got my full attention. And then at the end, when they're wanting money, or I say, well, how much do you think I should invest? They're like, oh, a minimum, a good thing to start with would be either 30,000 baht or 100,000 baht. And then my next words are, well, can I borrow 100,000 baht? I was like, I really don't have the money right now, but if it's that surefire investment, I'll borrow the money from you, and then we can split the returns. I literally had a guy get up and walk away from me. Literally got up and walked away.
That's kind of what you wanted, though, right?
No, because like I tell other people, if I can hold the attention of a scammer, like if you get the people on the phone, like I've had a buddy, he's the one that taught this to me. He has the telemarketer people. He'll sit there for them as long as he can keep them on the phone. He said his record's like 47 minutes. And he says the longer he can keep them occupied, the less likely they're scamming somebody else.
Yeah,
I was like,
oh,
well,
get this, guys. During the live show, my PayPal account was hacked. They tried to get in 4 separate times and reset the password. And I was thinking the timing is just too suspect, because they know that I'm focused on the show. I'm not paying attention to like messages.
Yeah.
So, but they don't know that I'm like Fort Knox with my stuff. So I have 1 password protection. So all my passwords are like super long and encrypted, like crazy symbols. So it's difficult to get in. But I thought the timing was odd. Like during the live show, it all happened.
Yeah. That's
was it during our segment? Because what you didn't see is I really wasn't here. That was a voice recording. I was actually off to the side trying to get you to your PayPal. Like, just how much money do you have in there? So,
yeah, so crazy. I was thinking it must have been someone I gave like a contribution to in the past or something. They had a falling out with me, because I don't think that you can guess at people's PayPal account names. But
unless your PayPal's your Gmail account.
Yeah, no, different.
Different. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Do you care spelling it out for us?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. Nanette, if you're asking what was my dinner, I'm getting ready to piss Tom off. I ate at the Cajun restaurant tonight.
You fucker. You fucker.
Since you were totally, telling me how much you were craving some of that Ramallah sauce, I went down and I had the fried chicken.
You had that sounds good. Fried chicken sounds good.
You had the Cajun chicken, did you?
No, the Cajun fried chicken.
The one I had.
No, you got the Cajun. That's the one that goes in the salad. That's the healthy one. I had the unhealthy one. I had the deep fried, the breading and everything.
I gotta tell you, I feel like the best Italian food and the best fried chicken I've had has been in Thailand.
There used to be that little place in Jomtien, and they had the guy's name was Fabio, and he was Italian. He was loud. He was a younger guy, probably in his 30s, but typical Italian, had to speak really loud, slap you on the back, and he did the little lunch. It wasn't a buffet like we're used to, but he did this little lunch deal, whatever. You go up to the case, I want this, this, and this, and this. It was almost like your boy stand-up bit. We couldn't eat anymore, and he kept just trying to force food down us. He's like, oh, come on, you can eat some chocolate cake. We're like, no more. Please stop. Stop bringing us food. We didn't order this. And you're right. It was some of the best Italian that I've had.
Yeah.
Ingredients goes a long way, and you get everything fresh here. It's all farm to table for the most part. You don't have a 15-pound chicken breast that's been steroid injected. Your fruits coming from the market. I mean, that was the big row that Thailand had with the U.S. a couple years back, is they didn't want to use the Roundup. They put their foot down and said, we're not going to use it. In the U.S., we'll sanction you if you don't buy our poison. And they're like, we don't want to put it on the crops. It's not good for people to eat, putting this Roundup on there. And they're like, well, we've been doing it for years. And we got some of the best cancer research too. So, because we got a lot of patients. So that is something to be said. I can say that I've had a lot of good food here. Damn, we're starting to show off with food. But the one food that ain't worth the darn here for the most part is Mexican food.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't eat Mexican food, so that's perfect. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I know people were complaining about the Taco Bell when it opened up over there. That's not real beef. And say, whatever.
Well,
Burger
Taco
King's still
Bell in
open? Yeah,
America
okay.
doesn't have real beef, but that one that they have on Beach Road is an abomination. It is not Taco Bell. I agree
And
wholeheartedly
it'll
with
probably
what
never
they said.
close too. I bet you it'll be like funded by the parent company. They'll never close.
I mean, the main thing that you can get there at Taco Bell is like a bean burrito, and they don't even have a bean burrito at the one on Beach Road. Not a single bean there. I don't think they have beans in the whole place. And I'm like, dude, give me some refried beans. I want to make these people suffer. Um,
I don't know
but
if I'd
yeah,
feel comfortable with a man your size eating a lot of refried beans.
well, um, at Villa Market they have the Mama Rositas, whatever, the jalapeno refried beans. And I can doctor those suckers up pretty good with the cheese and everything. And I've heard T-Lock by Key. So, yeah. When you don't eat it all the time, I made some red beans, some New Orleans red beans and rice here, and I gave it to a friend of mine. Like, I made a big pot, and he's from New Orleans as well. So I said, hey, I got some red beans. He's like, oh, hell yeah. So just cook up some rice or buy it from 7. And he reported back. He said, man, the beans were good, but boy, did it tear me up. I said, yeah, me too. So I have to remember this for next time.
Yeah.
What are you
Not
guys?
going
What are you
anywhere.
guys filming your videos on? Are you guys using a just phone or you like GoPro?
I use
iPhone
a
12 Pro Max.
I use a cheap Android phone.
I really liked Keith's setup that he had on the show yesterday. I thought, like, man, a
Oh.
GoPro with a stick and like dead cat, Rode mic. I think that's perfect. It's not too
And
big.
you know what? I could actually set up the same because that's the same dead cat that he's got, and I've got the
Yeah.
Hero 9. In fact, it's on the couch right now because I took a road trip today. I thought I'd use it. I did use it actually, but me and the GoPro have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. Does yours overheat at all,
Oh
Ryan?
God, yeah. I try to use it as a webcam, and I think it made it 15, 20 minutes, and it froze up because I was going to switch to the GoPro so I could have it higher.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I could use my phone as the webcam, but I'm sitting here, I've got the I'm on a Apple Pro Max that just came out a year ago, so I think it's got a 1080p camera in it.
Yeah. It
So I'm
does.
sitting there
Those do.
going, what?
Yeah.
Why would I want to try to go buy an external when I've got the one built in right here, except for just to get it up some?
Do you have? You like have bright lights right now for your green screen, or just like regular lighting?
I'll grab that sucker.
Because I feel like the new MacBook Pros have a good sensor in the camera. I
They
feel like
do,
it
but
detects green screen pretty well.
yeah, it does, especially if you tell it you have a green screen back there.
Mm.
But I got the I've got that little LED light right there because I've got the lights off in the bedroom and the whole condo, so that's
Oh
the
wow.
only light that's on.
Really? So it looks super sharp for that. I mean, gosh, I
Yeah.
got to turn on 15,000 lights to get mine to work. And my Mac is pretty new, but it's a couple years now, 2 years. I'm due
Yeah,
for an
no,
upgrade.
well, and that's what I did. I knew that I didn't want to buy a computer for a while, so I went ahead and got the what is it, the one with the M1 Pro X, or the
Yeah, the Pro.
souped up, like the top of
Yeah.
the line that
So
they
you got the
had.
MagSafe charger too, right?
Yes,
Yeah, see,
I got everything.
that's so crucial because you got the charger plus the 2 additional ports. See, I just have the
Correct.
2 ports. So
Yeah.
it's like I only really have one. I got to use a hub, and I don't like
Mhm.
using a hub, man. Just
Yeah.
not a fan of those.
That, and I tell you what, this thing is pretty sturdy because I was telling somebody, I said I had a video uploading to YouTube, I was downloading a torrent, and I was rendering a video on Premiere Rush. So I'm doing 3 things at one time that usually a lot of people only do one at a time, and it was just a chugging along, no problems. I
Yeah.
got up because I was putting a 12-hour video on YouTube for unrelated topic, and that takes a long time. So
Yeah, rendering can be long.
yeah. Well, the one I was rendering wasn't too bad. It was low. I had it low, but all 3 things that I did at the same time, it was just no problems. And to actually edit, well, if you edit on this thing, it is super fast. It's just drag and click,
Yeah.
just dropping it. There's no buffering. It just right into place.
Yeah, it's super sharp. I feel like I got to start cleaning out my projects and all my shit in my Final Cut Pro. I edit off a SSD hard drive, so that's super
Mhm.
fast. But You know, a lot of stuff I reuse week after week. So people, I know a lot of YouTube creators I talk to, they just empty it out, like take everything out of Final Cut Pro, whatever editing software they're using, just delete all that stuff, start fresh for the next video. But with me, I have to keep the vlogger news intro, outro, the show intro,
Right.
outro, because I'm always kind of tweaking it. I feel like that does slow things down. Sometimes I can't see a transition because it's getting a little jerky. I'm like, damn it, come on.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
time to
get
upgrade the computer.
yeah, get ready to shell out 4,000.
Yeah, that's what they are too. It's
Yeah.
so funny because I paid like 1,500 for my M1, not M1 Pro, it was just M1 at the time, what 2020, I guess.
Yeah,
And it was great. But
right.
it's
Yeah, but the
totally
new ones are
underpowered.
now the M1X or the MX Pro or whatever it is. But I
Yeah.
tell you what, I've noticed a difference. I won't go back to a PC. I'll have Mac. If this one crapped out tomorrow and they said, "Up, we can't fix it," I'd go to 2Com, or not 2Com. I'd go to Central Mall, or I'd get online and say, "All right, send me another one." So
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. So my mom actually just switched over from PC to Mac. I got her an M2 Air, a MacBook Air,
Okay.
her first
those are
MacBook.
solid. Yeah.
And you know what's awesome is like she's never used a Mac before, and she was right on top of it because she has an iPhone. So I feel like it's the same kind of look and feel, right?
And that's what made me switch over as well. As I had I've always had Android just because they were indestructible, and the job that I was doing, I needed a heavy duty phone. And then all of a sudden work came out and they started handing us iPhones. They're like, here's a smartphone. And they gave me an iPhone 7. And I was like, man, this thing's pretty good. And then the new Pro Max has come out and I was traveling a whole bunch and my pictures were shit. And I didn't feel like carrying around a camera. So I walked into my provider and said, hey, I want the new Pro. I want the best, the baddest, what you got, give it to me. And they're like, well, and they're trying to sell me. I'm like, what? Did you not just hear what came out of my mouth? Like, I'm willing to buy the baddest, most expensive phone you got in the store. And now you're trying to ask me a whole bunch of I said, if y'all, and I wind up walking out the store and switching providers. I was that pissed off with them. And,
Yeah.
and I went over, I switched from Sprint to AT&T and walked in and said, I want this. And he's like, well, I said, I don't want the Apple Watch. I'm not going to use it. And we went back and I said, just give me the damn phone. He's like, well, are you going to pay? I said, no, I'm going to pay you. I'm going to give you my card. You're going to charge it. I'm going to buy the phone. You're going to hook me up with a plane. I'm going to walk out. It's going to be that simple. Don't mess it up. And he's like, finally, he just shut up and started doing everything. I was like, there, you see how easy this is? You don't have to sell. You just do it all
I
and
feel
away
like you're
we
the
go.
best kind of customer, right? I mean,
But they're so used to trying to haggle with people. I'm already starting at the top, basically. It's like I walked into the Kia dealership and asked for like a Mustang, and they're going, well, we got this POS Nova over here. Why don't you look at it? It's like, no. So
And I like Intel.
are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all can't be
I run an
perfect.
i7.
Well, I tell you, man, I was really concerned when Mac decided they were going to switch off of Intel. I was like, ooh, I don't know. There was a big rush getting the MacBook Pros with the Intel in there, but man, they sure did deliver this M1. Now the M2 is just like the deal, the real. I think the reason for me, it's why I love it so much, is the integration with their apps like Final Cut Pro. Everything just works better. My first MacBook Air I had when I started the show, you wouldn't believe this. I could only go 60 minutes on the live show initially because my MacBook Air would overheat. And there was it wouldn't work. It would actually power down, pixelate. So I would have to start the show with the MacBook Air on an ice pad. So an actual sheet of ice, and that would melt out. And then about the 45-minute mark, I'm like, I know I had to wrap it up at the hour mark. If I went 65 minutes, no good. So finally got, after a year, I finally got a better computer. But for that first year, I was doing the show with my computer on an ice pack.
And I was the same with my GoPro 8.
Wow. See, I've heard they overheat a lot. It's so
It's
weird.
the batteries, though, as well. They knock the batteries. All the batteries swell up through the heat.
Wow.
They don't work very well here in Thailand because of the general air temperature.
But they work like I did. I used mine out on a boat. And I tell you what, and I had just a regular action pack that came with the GoPro, that one where you slide it in and it's got that little deal. And I'm talking about a crappy little setup, not a crappy setup, but I'm on a boat, like one of those crappy fishing boats that blah, 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 and it was loud as hell. I'm actually vlogging on it, and when I got back home and when I listened to it, it shocked the hell out of me. I was like, I didn't have to yell. Now the phone didn't do worth a damn, but the actual GoPro of me talking into it actually vlogged, and it shocked me. I was like, all right, this camera's a lot better than I thought. And that was kind of my first, okay, now I'm a believer. This did very well. That and going underwater and swimming with it and going to the beach. So GoPro has its place, but I don't like it for everyday vlogging.
Yeah, it's so weird because I asked Keith about that. Like, does it overheat on you? He said no, and I've heard that like a number of times. I've even seen it like in Foreigner Joe videos where he's like, "I can't use this today. Got to go to the phone because the GoPro overheated."
Right.
So it's interesting. I'm surprised I don't hear it more.
Apparently, the new one, the 10, doesn't overheat as much.
Oh, the 11 just came out, right? Isn't the 11?
Yeah, or
released?
11.
Yeah.
So I think they've changed the processor.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
and
we'll see.
the other thing is, I was talking to another YouTuber because we were down at A7 and Dan broke out some of his toys, and he has a nice camera that he uses to vlog with, and it's in stills and everything. And he was showing it to us, and I asked the other guy, I said, what do you use? I said, do you use, I've never seen you vlog before. All the times we've talked, I've never seen you vlog. And he said that he's actually using his phone. I said, really? I said, I'm using my phone as well. He says, well, Ryan, you got to realize the shops that I'm going into dealing with these people and sometimes second and third world countries, he says, they freeze up with cameras. They just get real gun shy around cameras. But if you break out a phone, it's no big deal because everybody's always doing this or,
yeah, that's smart.
so he's doing it for a psychological event. He says, and he's doing haircuts. It's Jason Rupp. And he's going, listen, I do it for, so I don't intimidate, some of the people I'm dealing with. They're a lot easier to deal with a phone rather than a camera. And I was like,
that's really smart, I think.
Yeah.
I know that Icy, when I talked to her a while back, she was doing vlogging with this huge Canon camera, and her rig was just huge. And I was thinking she probably gets away with it because she's Thai. But I'm thinking a lot of people are probably uncomfortable with it, like you're saying.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think you get away with it down Soy 6.
That's for sure. You get the flashlight in the eyes is what you get there, right?
Yeah, well, everyone just dives away. They just don't like it. They don't even like the cameras in the car.
Right. Yeah,
they're literally looking for the cameras all the time. Because they just don't want to be on camera, which is fair enough.
Well, it changed a little bit when they started figuring it's still a mixed bag. Some of them are diving out the way, and then some of them are actually running up to the cameras now because they're doing live streams or they're doing, other stuff, and they realize that it's free publicity and it's making them more money. So, whereas, they closed the shutters last time, now you'll get one or two that will run up and go, and do all that stuff. So it's kind of changing a little bit, but I still don't. I have yet to vlog down there.
I've driven through it and just filmed it generally, but they're not close up. You can't really see the people.
Yeah.
Put like War of the Worlds to it. I think it was when it was really dead.
So that's just personal research there, Tom. You're doing.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I've been coming to Thailand since the late 90s, and last year was the first year I'd ever been to Soy 6.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Because I lived in Tenerife, which is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, off the west coast of Africa, and prostitution there is legal.
Keep going.
Well, it's like everyone just does it on a Friday night. Everyone just goes out on a Friday night. It's just easier than having a girlfriend.
What he meant to say is he had never been to Soy 6 before without taking a Viagra.
Nah.
But
I could probably do with taking the Viagra.
At what year did they come out with the Camagra here, Tom?
That was about 2006, I believe.
Wow.
I know, because I went through a phase where my whole life was like blue, had a blue tinge to everything.
Oh, man.
You did ask, so
Yeah, I have never taken any of those before. I've ate oysters, but never taken that.
yeah. But the strange thing is, oysters don't do anything. I love oysters. I love oysters.
I won't eat them raw here, that's for sure.
I won't eat them raw here. No,
No.
but they do them off of some. They do them off of cement. They've got an oyster farm.
Yeah, I think they've got them down by Trot as well.
That's right. Well, it's
So-
all going down towards that
Right.
area anyway. You know, so
In
that's
the
nice down there.
mangroves.
That's nice down there. You know, there's some cheap condos down there. Bloody hell, some really cheap condos. But it's just too far away. Les, retired, living the dream, lives down that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's too far away.
Who's in the chat? So we got Joe, the faithful Joe. Always
Yeah, well,
good to have Joe.
Joe's talking about a phone with a Tesla Pi. What's that? Is that a new phone Tesla are doing? Is it? Or I don't really stay up to date with phones because I've got a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And-
You see,
and
this is the pressure.
She uses all my kit.
See, Richard, you went from the major leagues down to AA. We have 3 people in the chat right now. So there's absolutely no, like Tom said, it's like being at the pub because nobody's watching.
Here we go, Niners. Here we
Yeah.
go. Part of the
Yeah.
faithful.
I'm excited for the game today, boy. Tell ya. They're doing well.
Oh, yeah.
You still follow the NFL, Ryan?
A little
followed
bit here and
before?
there. I'm mostly college. NFL pissed me off a few years ago.
They wouldn't let you in.
Yeah, that too. You know,
It was
that's
too-
the only
was too
reason why I
white.
didn't go on to play in the NFL. The only, the one thing that kept me out was talent. So
You couldn't overcome that.
no, it's like I tell everybody. I said, man, I would have been a major league baseball pitcher if it wasn't for my 68-mile-per-hour fastball.
But I haven't been to
Tom,
Levi
that's not
Stadium.
fast. I'll
Change
catch you
up.
up on that one.
It's
Yeah.
change up.
Yeah, I haven't been to Levi Stadium. I used to go to Candlestick, when that was there. So
Wow.
Were you there for the
There you
earthquake?
go. All right.
I was there for Joe Montana's last game.
You're kidding me.
No. I think it was.
So
against
you
Detroit
have a Niners
Mondays.
fan then, Tom?
Sorry.
Are you a Niners fan?
Oh, massive.
Oh, I
Massive.
didn't know that. Wow. You're
Yeah,
talking to
yeah.
the right guy.
I've got signed jerseys by Jerry Rice and Joe Montana
Wow.
and everything. Yeah.
He lived in San Francisco for 2 years.
Yeah.
He likes the 49ers in Alabama. It's like the arch. The worst thing he could tell me is if his second favorite team was the Falcons. It's like the arch nemesis of New Orleans and Louisiana,
Yeah.
Alabama, and the 49ers and the Falcons. It's like, good Lord.
Yeah, I lived in Marina District, right in the center of San Francisco, near the Palace
wow.
of Fine Arts, Chestnut Street.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I used to go to Joe's Bar, and I used to occasionally go to North Beach for the Italian, but it was so expensive. I remember going. Even then, it was really expensive.
What year was that, Tom?
92 to 94.
You know what's interesting about that Marina District is back in when the '89 earthquake hit, the big earthquake that rattled San Francisco.
Yeah.
The Marina District got pancaked, like all the apartment buildings pancaked, man. And most of the older people that lived there, it was an affordable place to be. They all moved out afterwards, like, screw this shit. This is not a safe place to be in an earthquake. Guess who moved in? All the young people came. Oh, what a beautiful area, the Marina.
Yeah.
No concept of the earthquake that happened 10, 15 years ago. And I feel like when it happens again, and it will happen again, the same thing's going to happen. All those buildings in a pancake,
Yeah,
it's the weird ground. Right?
Yeah, it's built on like sand, isn't it? It's built on.
Yeah, it sure is. That's supposed to be bad place, and then south of Mark, it's supposed to be really bad in earthquake. I lived in Nob Hill, which is like on the rock.
I know.
It's a good place to be.
That's nice up there.
Yeah. Oh.
So you know where he lived at, Tom, so we can gauge how much money he's got.
Well, the only time you see poverty up there is when you look in the mirror.
Gotcha.
Funny.
Yeah. But it's I loved San Francisco. Also loved South Salido as well. I loved that as well.
Yeah, it's a fun place too.
Yeah. And I had a friend who was a 49ers fan. He had a restaurant in South Salido called Angelino's, right on the on the shoreline. You know.
Yeah, and I know exactly where that is. Sausalito had a cool little hamburger place, and it was just called Hamburger, and it was so great, man. You take the ferry from San Francisco over there just for that
Yeah.
burger place. Line out the door. You'd have to eat it on the street. No place to eat inside. But
Really?
man, it was good. Yeah,
Really.
really, really good.
Yeah, there's a place like that. I'm trying to think what the name of the road is now. It was that long since I was there, but there was another. It's quite near the North Beach. There's another burger place there which is quite famous, but I can't remember the name of it. Very, very famous though.
You know, someone posed that question to me yesterday. They sent me a line message and they asked me, what was the best hamburger spot in Pattaya? Now, that's the one thing we're starting to get now is I'm actually getting people sending me a line message asking me about food.
Yeah.
And they said, what is the best hamburger spot? And I said, man, I really don't eat hamburgers, but the one I've heard everybody rave about is Prime Burger. It's compared to an In-N-Out burger. But that's where's your spot at, Tom?
Prime Burger.
Prime Burger, yeah.
Although people say, you know, it's down to personal preference, isn't it? You know, but Prime Burger for me is very, very good.
Yeah, I'll tell you where my least favorite burger has been, and that's probably the Beer Garden. I feel like I've had a burger there where it just kind of crumbles apart. I'm like, this is not a burger, man. Like you've had those before.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like an attempt at a cheeseburger.
Disaster.
I agree. Prime Burger is excellent. The thing is, like, I get hungry so early when I'm in Pattaya that I usually have to eat like 9:30. Like that's lunchtime for me. Like I'm waking up. Weird sleep schedule, right? When you're doing that, you're staying out for that. So it's usually Burger King. It's like they're open 24 hours. I can get a double cheeseburger, and it tastes like America, you know. So
I had to eat, not had to, but I ate at McDonald's for the first time, and it was the McDonald's in Tucum. And I was just sitting there, and the only enjoyable part about it was the French fries. You're like,
it tastes a little bit different, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the first in a long time for me.
If you go for the McDonald's specialty burger, they're not too bad.
Joe, are you moving to San Francisco as well? Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
Tom, you think that's because they're getting the beef from New Zealand? Although I guess McDonald's America, they still get the beef from New Zealand, I think.
I don't know. Yeah. Who knows where their distributor is around here?
Yeah. To be honest with you, there's so many good burger places that you don't really need to use a McDonald's.
Yeah, true. Yeah, fair. It's more just like the hours.
The burger, Peaky Blinders. The burger in Peaky Blinders is very good.
Well, I forgot I didn't know he had a burger in there. I would have sent him down
he's got
Peaky.
burgers, and he also does sliders as well.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen. Yeah, I actually had the pictures of those. Before I went and got a fast food burger around here, I'm sorry, I'm going in a 7 for a Toasty.
Ooh, yeah, I like their ham and cheeses there. So that's the money, right? Good hangover cure too, I feel like.
Yeah, that's bloody. I think it was Chuck or Joe got me into those.
I don't know. I've been eating them since I've been coming here, and they've gone up. I think they're up to 30 baht now. You know, breaking the bank. But I can go in there and get a cheese toasty, a bag of Doritos, and a Coke Zero for like 60 something baht.
Yeah, and you're good for like most of the day, right? You're good for most of the day. I am good. Yeah, good base.
Yeah. The ham and cheese toasty is the best one going, without a doubt.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, so super convenient. I love the fact that they actually toast it for you. Like you could not get that in America. You'd be like, here's the frozen one. You got to take it home, microwave it.
Have you ever tried to take that toasty home and cook it? You're going to be SOL. One, you can't get it into the toaster because the cheese melts all over the place. So I got desperate and I broke out the air fryer and I threw it in the air fryer. I put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds to take the chill off and threw it in the air fryer. It was not as good as that nice press that they have at the place. So never leave the store without getting it cooked. I made that mistake one time and will never do it again. So
apparently there was an In-N-Out in Bangkok last weekend. But it was just a pop-up restaurant.
Yeah, I think I saw like James was in there. Like they ran out of French fries, so they had to serve potato chips after a while. I don't know. I don't get the In-N-Out thing, guys. I'm not really a fan. I've eaten there a couple times, but it's like, I think the French fries are like not good quality. They're always breaking up small little fries. And
I don't like that.
Hamburger is okay in my opinion, but I know like I'm in the minority. Everyone loves it. So
Joe wants
best.
to know where the best steakhouse. They've got one in my neighborhood that everybody raves about, and it's one of those secret spots. Again, it's owned by a French guy, and they said by far it's it beef eaters and all those down there don't compare. I've heard people talk about once again Peaky, but there's a French guy that does the steakhouse, and it's one of those ones where unless looking at it, you wouldn't be able to tell it's a restaurant.
Really?
And it is in Pratamac. Yeah, it's the one I was telling you about because I don't eat steak, so it's never really.
Okay.
But I've had some people, some Americans, they're like, Ryan, you just don't understand. This is like a real steak. It ain't this crap that they service around here. Like he's getting real stuff, and it's a French guy. And in fact, you see him all the time in Pratamac riding around on his motorbike. He rides around on his click. And then he's got that long beard and like that big old helmet or whatever. And he looks like a bum, but he's actually a professional chef that cooks one hell of a steak. So,
oh yeah. What about that Smoky
Joe's? That's barbecue.
Is that barbecue?
I'm willing to say the other steak that would probably be good is Harlan's new restaurant. If he's got steak on the menu at Harlan's new restaurant, you could take that to the bank.
I've had quite a few good steaks here. Generally speaking, it's normally like Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. You got to go someplace where they actually have a professional chef that runs the place.
Yeah. Well, I also had a good steak out of Don Pepe, the Spanish restaurant as well, near the Beef Eater.
No kidding. That Beef Eaters, I'm trying to think. It's been so many years since I've been there. Once I stopped eating red meat, it really limited a lot of the places that I like Beef Eaters. Beef Eaters was great for their little brunch buffet in the morning on a Saturday and Sundays, but
hello, Brock. Brock's in the house.
No, this is Richard's time to let his hair down and relax and not have to ask a bunch of questions.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one's asking any questions like, hey, so what was Keith really like?
I tell you what, I've been watching him for a while. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's genuine.
Yeah, I think what you see is what you get with him.
Yeah, I really liked the girl the week before. I thought she was really, really good.
She was a lot more nervous than I was expecting. I thought she was, because her videos are pro. Like when she said she didn't storyboard, I wanted to be like, BS, like everything matches perfect. Like everything goes along great. And she does a good job. And I guess Richard made her nervous when he probably made the announcement, I want to throw up.
Yeah, poor girl sitting there going,
please don't vomit on the stream. Please don't vomit on the stream.
No, she's obviously not used to doing live streaming then.
Yeah, she's not. She's done like once before, and I kind of knew that going in, but I can usually tell how nervous people are in the first 5 seconds. And then I know what I usually do is if they are, then I'll go long with my whole thing. Hey, it's the reason I love your channel so much and blah, 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 blah. And I can see them kind of getting more disarmed. Right. And I'll talk more and have them talk less, and then have them tell a story like, hey, tell me about that video you did, and get them talking about themselves, and they ease into it. But yeah, she was pretty nervous initially. I could notice. I noticed that she was.
You got a young, attractive young lady getting ready to go in with a bunch of mongers. I mean, you can't blame her. So
the only time I got nervous was when we done the screen test. And I got feedback on my microphone. I couldn't.
Yeah, we were really concerned about that. Like that was a big deal. I'm glad that Ryan heard it too, because I was thinking, please don't tell me it's my headphones. Got like
my favorite is Tom's reaction after he goes, "Oh, great, they're going to think I'm an amateur. Here I am, this IT professional, and I'm the one with the feedback." And I'm going, "Well, you are. I mean, come on, I $2 headset here, they're working just fine."
Well, I'm really pleased with these.
They look good too. They got that little light on the side. They look good.
Yeah, they go down well in the old Castro district, I think.
Pride.
That's what Ryan said. He goes, "Oh, I see you got your Pride headphones on. It's great."
Brock is asking, is it Sunday? Brock, we don't know what day it is half the time. It is Sunday, isn't it?
It is.
I was getting
It
ready
is.
to be a smartass and say, no, I was really thinking it was Saturday for a second. Jesus.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brock. And I realized, wait, we do this show on Sundays. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Sunday.
I felt so
Yeah.
bad with Brock. You know, Brock submitted that video question for Keese, and it was just so you know, like the raw footage was 2 minutes long, and I was like, because Brock a little long-winded with this question, so I had to trim it. I brought it down to 40 seconds, and I felt so bad because Brock's he's a good friend of mine, nice guy. I hate having to edit down. I just felt like it was going to be too long, so I really
do it all the time.
I don't think you could really tell. I feel like it looked pretty legit. I think you maybe tell like one edit cut, but I had to do it like 4 or 5 times to Brock just to get it down a little bit.
Yeah, if Tom goes out to eat, he sends me like 15 minutes worth of video with his family, and I'm like, oh, I gotta. Who's making the cut today? Is it the family or Tom? Yeah, Tom's getting cut. We're gonna cut the restaurant. We're not gonna cut down on Anna. It's like, yeah. So imagine that you're cutting your buddy. I've got to cut family out. I'm like, no. We're not showing your family. No one cares. Cut.
Yeah. I can't wait to pass the channel over to her. I say, well, there you go. You've already got 1,000 subs. You just got to make money now.
Yeah, do you know that's how Icy, my style, that's how she kind of got her channel. She was actually, it was her boyfriend's channel, and
Right.
she inherited it with like 5,000 subs, and it's much easier to kind of take over a channel with 5K than it is to start from zero. So now she's at 20K, 22K.
Oh,
yeah, her and I used to trade emails about coming on the show. She's too big for that now.
Really?
Yeah. Reach out to her a couple times. Hey, let's schedule you back, because people love seeing her on the show, but nothing.
Imagine that.
Crickets.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe she changed her email.
I remember when you had Esquire's ex-girlfriend. You know,
that video still performs well. Like that's my top performing legacy live show video. I'm amazed. And it's like, doesn't even have her current channel name. I think it says like Tita something, shine bright like Tita.
Yeah, we was talking about it today, because she's totally off the web now, isn't she? She's totally off.
Well, it's interesting because before I took my year break, she was due to come on after Keese. So she had like finally agreed to come back on the show. Got a lot of talking to talk her into it. And I think she wants to come back on, but I think she just has a couple of English tutorial videos on there, and she's kind of doing more stuff around mental health. I saw on her Facebook it's more about being healthy and mentally tough. So I think it'd be a great conversation. I just don't know if people are aware of her as much as before.
I agree with what Brock just put on there. I'll talk to you even when we get to 400 subs at by next year.
I think Brock's at 385 subs himself on his channel. Yeah, I'm like, how'd you get all those subs, Brock?
Well, you got to look at, Mitch and I used to always joke around about it, and because he doesn't put out any content. And I think the last video I put out on my channel was maybe months ago. I think I have like 8 or 9 videos. I was going to try to do the whole YouTuber stuff, and it's just got to be so taxing, and I was like, oh, the hell with it. I'm not doing it. And I actually had some people going to try to push me a little bit, because they're like, dude, you need to do this YouTube thing. You've got the voice for it. You've got this, you're not an asshole all the time. You shoot it straight to people. And I think that's what's going to come across is when, I look at something and go, oh, kiss my ass or whatever. And it just got to be where I was like, man, I'm running out of stuff I want to go vlog. It's like, do I have to get up off the couch and go do it? It was like forced, and I was like, oh, the hell with it. And so it's got like 159 subscribers. Well, if I used to jump on a live show, Mitch would always be like, hey, it's Ryan, here's a link to his channel. I'm like, Mitch, stop sharing my channel. People are going to expect shit. They're not going to get nothing when they show up. It's like your channel. And it was the same thing, still getting subscribers doing nothing.
It's so funny. I feel like, so when I first started out, I was like counting every sub, and I loved it because YouTube gave me an alert when you got an additional sub, like under 100. Hey, such and such. I'm like, oh yeah, another subscriber. And then I woke up one morning, and I guess the Pattaya Pariah had shouted me out for my Richard Returns to Thailand video series. It's like, hey, this guy's great. So overnight, I got an additional 100 subs. So I was like 200. Oh man, overjoyed. Best day of my life. Felt like Christmas. But then like the Hunger Games for trolls began. I realized like getting a recommendation from that guy is great, and I love him. I think he's a great guy, but a lot of people don't think he's a great guy. So I ran into a lot of problems. Then at 200 subs, people were coming after me.
Really?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Patty of Pariah. I'm trying to think of who that. I know that name, and I know I don't.
He
I think I
used to
like
go
him.
around and he's faceless. He's faceless. He
Okay,
goes
so
around
he's
with-
one of the
faceless,
faceless
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
He shows his face every now and again, but really like interesting narrations. He's self-deprecating humor, and
Mm-hmm,
I felt like it's an interesting perspective. His
he
name's
hasn't come
AJ.
back. He hasn't come back for a while, has he? He hasn't come back for a while.
Yeah, hasn't come back. Hasn't done any videos in a while.
Looking at Brock and talking of Aussies, the one that I haven't seen in years is Dead Farang.
Yeah, he gave up a little bit because YouTube was going to shut his channel down. They requested that he delete a bunch of videos, and he's like,
Wow.
"Listen, that's internet history. I'm not going to do that." And he's sort of kind of gone off and done his own thing. So,
Yeah, but he always said
that was Kev as well, didn't it? I remember Kev in Thailand. He had to delete. I think he deleted about 200 videos.
Yeah, but he did that on his own. He did that. Kevin did that on his own. He even made a video about it. We're talking about, yeah, but I tell you what, I always loved that his music, his intro, I just thought his channel, like the marketing ability with it, like the Dead for with the little character, and remember, guys, bar girls can't eat love or something like that, and I was just like, oh, this is great. I mean, this guy is
some really good. Yeah, really. He's like original, like OG,
Right. Entertaining. Oh, was he entertaining? Even his Philippine series and everything. So,
he did a great video when the lockdown happened. He came from, I think he's from Australia.
Yeah, he's Australia.
Yeah, and then he had some great B-roll footage of like Pattaya being closed down and everything, and some great commentary. And he kind of talked about like why he was going to probably be leaving YouTube. So it's interesting. Yeah. We just need an alternative, man, to this platform. That's all.
Well, the funny thing is I do believe that there are I can't speak today, alternatives out there, but the problem is getting everybody on board with it, because it's going to take everybody, and everybody's got to hold the line. So basically, and there's always going to be that one holdout. Like if we all say, okay, guys, we're going to band together and we're going to go to platform B. And then I go to platform B with you, but still operate under platform A. And it's like, come on, man. It's all together, and you just can't hold the line. Not everybody's going to hold the line together.
Yeah, I agree. I think it almost needs like a Howard Stern type move. When Howard Stern went from radio to Sirius, right?
Correct.
I think we need something like that, like a Cutie Pie to go from like YouTube to brand new Tube or Rumble,
You see, and that's the thing, because
or Twitter. I think Twitter might change.
I'm going to stay away from Twitter for a while, not because I don't like Elon, but just because they're messing with them so hard. And it's like Apple's talking about pulling it off of the App Store, and it's like, are you kidding me? I know with Rumble, if you have a YouTube channel, you can basically sync them together. Have you done that yet?
Right? No, I haven't. Be nice for backup.
Right. So what you can do is you can go on Rumble and you create your Rumble account, and then you basically, once your video on YouTube uploads, give it like 30-40 minutes, and it's going to be on Rumble.
Interesting.
All right, okay.
Yeah, because I've got a Rumble for Long Key Knock, my original channel, and let's see if it's on the phone still. I've really never really paid attention to it. Yeah, here, literally right next to YouTube, Rumble.
How intrusive is it?
I don't know. Of course, I got to sign up for it. I logged out evidently, or updated.
Because you
the
sent
phone.
me, was it Telegram? Was it Telegram?
No, Telegram's just a communications. Rumble is like another video service. You got Rumble and what's the other one that I had looked at as well? But it was a little more our Parler. I was doing Parler as well.
I hate it when I give a telephone numbers, date of birth.
Right. But with
especially
Rumble,
the telephone number, I hate it. I really.
Do you not know how to go onto the internet and give them a telephone number? I mean, they've got SMS stuff out there.
Yeah, but I just don't like it. I just don't.
Well, I kept my number in the States, and this one probably be a good one for you. Well, no, because then you'd lose your number in the States. I use tossable digits. So if somebody calls
Thai
my
Nomad. You got any more subscribers? Thai Nomad.
Yeah, Thai Nomads, we try to talk you up as much as possible.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
me over here talking over everybody. But I got tossable digits, and so basically I kept my number and linked it in with my Thai number. Now, if I go back home, I'll have to pull a new SIM and link those two numbers together. But I can go anywhere in the world, and all I have to do is link the carrier that I'm on with the tossable digits number, which is my original phone number that I've had for 20 years. I just patched it over. And so if you call my number, my phone number that I've had for 20 years, it will ring on this phone. You can send me a text message right now. My
Now, wait a
American
minute.
number.
I gotta call out your mojo. He actually said something about one of my favorite YouTube videos that I created, Pattaya Bubble Part 4.
Mhm.
Richard, I love and miss it. So that is the most underperformed video. I'm still upset about that. It's Pattaya versus Las Vegas. That video took about 45 hours for me to put together, and it underperformed. Nobody watched it, and I'm so proud about it. So thank you, your mojo, for saying you like Part 4. Put so much work into that. Had like a bubble in the beginning. I compared
Mhm.
Pattaya to Las Vegas. People tell me just go to Las Vegas. It's close, and
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Dave.
nobody watched
All
it.
right. All right, Richard. I got to take the piss out of you real quick. I jumped on Dave just by the miraculous thing. I woke up in enough time to get onto Dave's channel and just say hello, just in the chat. Just get on there, click the like button, say hello, everyone. Hello, Dave. And then, of course, Dave goes, "Oh, it's Eat Out Patia. That's Tom and Ryan. I don't know who it is." It's like, it's Ryan. I actually woke up. And he goes, "Y'all please subscribe to the channel." I got more subscribers from Dave than I got from from
Yeah,
your
I believe
show.
it. Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
good Lord, everybody loves Santa Claus.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on my channel, like all I can say. And I'm gonna be talking about it soon.
Oh, nice.
So I've been keeping a secret for 2 months. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
happy with the good old YT. A lot of drama going on in the background.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
not good.
YT or is it or do you think it's just the is it the company itself or the community?
Yeah, well, we're in back and forth conversations, myself and YT.
Really?
We're not getting along right now.
So
That's
you're
why
talking to you talking to their service team, Richard?
Well, I used to have a dedicated support rep, but that's been
Mhm.
taken from me. So lots happened since I've come back. It's amazing. And I'm a guy that's
Really?
just promoting other YouTube creators, but I'm being treated like a second-class citizen on the tube. So
Yeah,
not
it's
happy, and it's just amazing. It's just that's why I look at Rumble. I'm probably going to have to throw the Richard Returns of Thailand series on Rumble. That's one of their requests, is to
Yeah.
delete all those videos, and get a little emotional because I put a lot of time into that series,
Yeah.
and I don't want to take that off. So
I'm telling you, Richard, if you were when it's morning for you, if you stopped doing a live stream and you created a Rumble account, by tonight, every video that you have, because I only had like 10 videos, but some were 30 minutes long, and it took about a couple hours or a day, every single video synced to my Rumble account. It just
Yeah.
automatically went over.
Well, it
Now, I
sinks.
don't. Yes, it'll sink in. It was, like I said, it was great because I didn't have to. So if I uploaded a video to YouTube, I didn't have to upload one to Rumble. Within a few minutes after it being on YouTube, it was on Rumble. And the good thing about Rumble is they're not pansies. So if someone doesn't like your video, you can still give someone a thumbs down and everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Not just
they
the
do.
creator,
Yeah,
everybody. Because I've gotten a few thumbs down. I wanted to be like, oh, there you go. You
Yeah.
hurt my feelings, damn it. Now I know why YouTube took it away.
Yeah.
You've got
Rumble is an alternative to YouTube, Dave. It's just YouTube is a streaming platform. Rumble's a streaming platform without the Google behind them. it's what I wish that a lot of us would go to, but I don't think we will. But I'm with you, Richard. I wish someone. Yeah, I said that in the beginning. I said I remember when they had the lockdowns, and I was talking to quite a few buddies that were having problems with YouTube and PayPal and all that stuff with the live streams. And I
Yep.
said, there's an easy way around this. I said, start up your own channel, basically. I said, you can do multiple pages. You get a good enough website. I said,
Yep.
the payment system, you ain't got to worry about all this because built in this. And on one of my travels around the world, I actually ran into a lady, and I still have all of her contact stuff. That's what she does. She does payment processing. And when I finally got it out of her, because she wasn't embarrassed, but she didn't want to get into the details, but I finally coaxed it out of her. She did payment processing for websites that had difficulties getting banks to take their money. And I said, like what? She goes, like porn. She goes, you got to realize banks don't want to be attached to adult images or adult material. And she says, and some states with the is the marijuana. It was a year ago. She says, so what we do is we process the payments and we go out there and search for the banks that we know will do business with adult themed websites, whether it be pornography or this. And I was like, that's awesome. I need your contact. I might have some business for you one day because, all these payment systems. And she goes, oh, yeah, you can't attach PayPal to a porn site or to a marijuana site. You can't do this. And she says, you have to find a company, which is us, that will do it for you. And she says, and that's what we do. And I was like, nice. That's good to know.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway I've had over the last 2 months is it's like an epiphany for me is I realized that if you take a human and put them against AI, artificial intelligence, bots,
Yep.
you lose 100% of the time.
Yes.
And that's what I'm competing against right now. I'm not talking to people. It's just
Right.
bots that are like sniffing the live show. And I see this. Up, problem.
And I tell you, if you really want to pull your hair out, go to Amazon Seller Central as a seller, not the front of the house, the back of the house. And I can tell you that I was on the phone with my business partner who's in Dallas. I said, Brian, if I could say what I wanted to say about how bad, like if I saw Jeff Bezos and I went off on a tirade, I said they would lock me in prison for how I'm feeling right now. I said how anything gets done there is unbelievable. And that's what I finally realized. It's like bots. And then when you finally do talk to a human, they're going, well, we can't do this. I'm like, how can you not do this? This is the easiest thing in the world. This is a title that a bot said, oh, it needs to go in this category because the word chalk is here. And I'm like, but it has nothing to do with office supplies. It needs to go over here. And they're going, well, we can't change that. And if you don't like it, tough shit, you can go away. And I want to say that's probably what YouTube's attitude is.
Yeah. Customer service is non-existent.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I know Keith mentioned the other day, like, hey, listen, never had a problem. I'll just request like human review and then everything's fine on my videos. But it's like, so that's the trick, man. What they do is when they get sniffing around on a certain channel, hey, we see fire, we see smoke, we want to investigate, see if there's a fire. They pull your human contact from you. And that's what happened to me. So I have no customer support. Usually like at 1,000, you get dedicated. At 10,000 subs, you get another layer of YouTube support, like dedicated person you reach out to. You send an email now. If I do that, it gets sent back undeliverable. It's been that whole link has been pulled. So it's just AI. So I'm dealing with AI bots. And that's
but what are you dealing with that's so risque? I mean, you've got a very PG show for the most part.
Yeah, I can't talk about it soon. I hope to. Maybe I'll get some. Hoping to get some resolution today, actually, but we'll see.
Yeah, but what you talk about is very, very. It's
benign.
It's information. A lot of it's information as well.
Yeah, for me, it's all about promoting other vloggers.
It's not political. It's not.
I don't think YouTube is set up for a show like mine. I really don't. I feel like they don't get the concept of like, okay, so we're going to have guests on. We're going to show some videos. We're going to promote them, talk about them, review their channel, and promote them. And all they see is clips that may not belong to you.
Okay.
That's a
I
problem.
get it now. Got it.
That's about all I can say.
Got it.
Unbelievable. Yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy. So that's the reason why. So when you're doing the vloggers news now, you're not showing the channels like you used to show them. You
wow, Tom, you're a great detective. We got Clouseau over there.
Yeah. I'm catching on.
You're catching on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I got to run. I got to go to the gym. I've already said too much. But thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
What by gym, do you mean donut shop?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to pay a bill something this early in the morning?
Yeah. No. Because of the fuel prices, he's going to have a shower there because it's cheaper.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Don't use the shower at home anymore. Just use the gym.
That's not a bad idea. At least he showers.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Tom. Thanks,
Mojo,
all right,
Richard.
Dave.
Catch you later.
See you all in the chat.
Take
Fox
care.
Travels, Tommy J, Thai Nomads. Thanks.
Yeah. If anyone drops out, you know where we are.
That was great having Richard on. We actually made it an hour, and I didn't have to work as hard.
Oh, that's quality, isn't it?
I'm telling you what, right now, I do like even though y'all are saying it's more of a pain in the rear end to setting it up on StreamYard, which I know nothing about. But I like a 3-panel chat just because one person, if you get tired, you can just kind of sit there, or I actually was able to look at the comments for once and actually keep up with the comments in the chat. I just didn't acknowledge some of them, Joe, because I didn't like them. Face for radio and a voice for print too. Yeah, that's
So. No, it's when you got a few people, it's a lot easier to manage it. So if you said to me now, "Oh, I'm going off now," well, I'm into a panic because I'm like, "Oh, look at it."
And you know the sad part is I really wanted to get up while Richard was on and do that and be like, "Well, since Richard's here, I can take a quick siesta." And I was going to go to the fridge and grab a Coke Zero and go to the balcony and grab a what do you always say, a fag?
Joe, what's this? You can't hang us. You can't hold us in suspense for this. I believe YouTube is blocking me.
Well, you got to hit the link and get on to StreamYard and jump on real quick.
Yeah. He won't be blocked on here. I know he's got problems. Him and Dave, they can't talk to each other. Can Dave and Joe see each other now? Because I can see both. I can see both.
Yeah. You've got Dave said bye, Richard, and then Joe right underneath it said, "I believe YouTube is blocking me." That was like they dominated the chat. So for the last 10 chats, it was Dave, Joe, Dave, Joe, Dave, Joe, Dave, Joe.
Yeah. So Dave sees Joe. And
Dave.
Joe, can you see Gotta Love Thailand?
I love how we're helping out Dave's channel right now because it only happens when he's on his live stream.
I know, but it's
we're troubleshooting.
No, but it's but he can't see me. So Joe, you can't see. I cannot see him at all. That means
wow.
That means he's blocked him, surely.
Yeah, Dave, you've blocked Joe somehow. Go into your blocks. You might have clicked the wrong button. If I lived closer, I'd come over there, but I'm not driving to Serena. It was bad enough driving down to Bang Chang today. That really did. It's been a while since I've humped on a motorcycle like that. I used to ride a...
Because I know, because people say, why don't I get a lot of trolls in my channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if any troll goes onto Dave's channel, because I'm a moderator on there, what I do is I automatically pull, because you can pull their channel up, I pull the troll's channel up and I block them so they can't come onto my channel. And the other week, Dave, I looked at the chat and I've got 375 people blocked.
Jesus, Tom, if you would just let those people in, we'd actually have a show. I mean, we're back down to, we're at 7 now. We're at 7.
We got up to 9 at one stage, I think. I had a nosebleed. But so Dave, I reckon what's happened is Dave's clicked to block somebody, and he's blocked Joe by mistake.
Or he's saying I don't have him blocked, and he said that he went in and he probably looked to see it. Who knows? Again, I'm not there, and I know Dave's not going to give me his YouTube account to check out.
No.
that, and you know, if of course if you write YouTube and say, why is this, they're going to send you some automated response. You know, typical IT people, have you restarted your computer yet?
Oh,
My headphones
yeah.
aren't working. That happened to me the other day. I was editing a video, and I don't know how y'all edit videos, but I actually will put on my headphones for the sound. One that, and I use this microphone here for my intros. You know, the today at Eating Out Patia. So I keep the headphones on while I'm playing. I'm going back and listening to the sound, and I can't hear nothing. So I unplug the headphones, and it's going on the computer just fine. And then I put the headphones back on, use the mic. Mic's working great. I'm going back and forth, ready to say these cheap Chinese made POS is this, that, the other. Right here on the side, there's a volume button. And I didn't know that until I was messing around and I felt it. I had the volume turned all the way down. I said, man, I would have been, if this was work, I'd have been on the phone with the IT people going, the headphones are broke. And they'd have been like, turn the volume up, retard. So sometimes it is the simple things.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Joe's channel, and just seeing if I can demonstrate it. If I can, you go on the about page, don't you? I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. Joe, are you coming on live? I know you really want to talk to Tom. Throw the link up there, Tom. Throw the link up in the chat box for StreamYard. I lost it. That and I can't. There it is.
Yeah, somebody come in. Yeah, because I've got Joe's channel here. So what Dave needs to do is go in there.
That wasn't the link, by the way. That was to Ty Nomad's channel.
Oh, sorry. Well, at least we plugged them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they must be getting close to 1,000, surely.
You know, this is going to sound really bad. I haven't been watching
Well, you don't
much.
get time. It's the time. It's the time.
All the people that I used to watch is slowed down. I'm telling you, the only people that I really watch on YouTube, like I have to make it a point to do it, is if I wake up in time for Dave, I'll always turn on his chat just to say hello and hit the like button. Reshard at nighttime because it's at night. But even down to Chuck and Paige and Joe and all them, I don't get a chance to really watch their YouTube like I used to. I can't tell you when's the last. I mean, go down the Thailand list. I've even got people on my vlog that, you know, some might not have heard about.
Yeah.
Little smaller people that I'm going, man, these guys should be up there. They do great work and they're hilarious. Yeah. And it's almost down to nothing. And that's one of the best compliments that, like, even Greeny told us. He's like, I don't watch YouTube anymore because he's got the same sentiments as me. He said, but your videos are like 3.5 minutes. So I'm like, I can do that while taking a crap. I'm like, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't watch any videos over 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't watch any videos at all. I've got no attention span at all.
Yeah.
Or the other thing, if it's a 12-minute video, I go on there and put it on at time because you can speed them up. So I put it as 1.5 times and let it run.
Right. And I'll do the same thing, basically. Like, I've got a few friends that they'll get into the 15-minute videos, and I'll just put it on my phone and walk away from it and go do whatever I'm doing around the you know, if I'm picking up or doing, just so they can get the watch time hours, get the likes, stuff like that, and help with their algorithms. You know,
and the shorts are just a piss take. They are just So when I'm doing a short and I'm getting like 2,000 views,
but
I just think to myself, well, and 6 subscribers, you know, and if I do a 20-minute video, I lose like 6 subscribers and nobody watches it anyway. So
right. And that's what I noticed because I was putting out 20-minute videos in the beginning, and I mean, I thought
Can you get me a beer out of the fridge, Alan?
Yeah, actually, get me a Coke Zero out the fridge. So I don't have that benefit.
See, Brock knows what it's like now for us to live here because he's saying, as I'm on holiday in Thailand, I don't have time
To
to
YouTube
YouTube at the moment. Yeah, of course you haven't. It is
No.
because the thing is, Brock hasn't been here for a few years now, so you just don't get the time, you know. For me as well, I don't get the time because I got a 5-year-old. So in the morning, she's we're going off to school. Cheers, baby. Give me a kiss. Love you. Good girl. Yeah, so I don't taking Anna to school, and this food channel was taking over my life at the moment. I'm seriously, the amount of content we're filming is crazy.
You're filming the content. I'm editing it.
Well, you're doing a great job at editing. CJ in Paradise is in. Hello, Tom. Hello, Ryan. There you go.
Yeah, well, remember you wanting the link. And I tell you what, CJ, you're about a couple seconds too late. You just missed Richard. Richard actually popped in for the whole hour. So you could have. And that's the cool thing about this show being so small. Like if we actually do get a guest on and they actually come in and talk, you basically have them to yourself. You can ask them all the questions in the world that you want, and you're not fighting over the chat.
Yeah. So CJ, we do this chat on a Sunday night. It's a bit like the boys going down the pub. So Sunday evening can be a bit boring in Thailand because it's school time for me because Anna's got school tomorrow. So we started this about 6 months ago, and we just carried on.
It's been that long. Well, I tell you what, are you going to do the charts tonight, or did you do it last night?
I done the charts last night. I could talk about, because my question this week was, is cryptocurrency a Ponzi scheme? And if anyone is in the chat and they've got any cryptocurrency in Tether,
well, talk amongst yourselves. I've got to go get my own Coke Zero.
Go and get your Coke Zero. Go on.
Yeah,
and I'll talk about the charts while you've gone. But Tether, I'm telling you, that is a massive, massive Ponzi scheme, and the market cap on it is 65 billion. If that goes tits up, wow. Yeah, and I can't believe the media are covering up for this Sam Fraudman. I can't believe that as well. And I think the only thing I believe in there is probably XRP and Bitcoin. But everything else, I just can't. But I wouldn't buy Bitcoin. I wouldn't buy Bitcoin at 16,542 quid. Kevin's back in. Ryan, just watched the Peaky's Thanksgiving video. Great food there. Must try it when I get there again next year. Yeah, well, you come, Kevin. You loved it, didn't you? That's great food there. So we have great food. Yeah, we love Peaky Blinders. Away, babe. Come on. Sleep, bed now. Lily. This is trouble when you got a 5-year-old running around. She's sick at the moment. So on the US dollar compared to the Thai baht, I see it bouncing around for the next a few weeks. Halfway through December, we've got a new CPI reading, and I reckon the dollar will go back up again after that time. So I still see the US dollar going to 40. Joe says 42, but I'll take 40. If it goes to 40, then I'll bring quite a bit over. On Thursday about the Langtree. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Kevin's going to look at a hotel. What else is going on in my life? So today I went down to Valley View Restaurant. I've done a video and I've sent it to Ryan to edit. Yeah. But they're saying that Ethereum could be a Ponzi scheme as well, Joe. But that Tether, which is number 3 in the crypto standings, and we all know Dogecoin has always been there. And Dogecoin's got like 13.9 billion rather. My God, these are unbelievable figures, and I'm telling you, it could be a house of cards, you know. It could be a real house of cards. I do like the US dollar, though. I still like the US dollar. As Tommy said earlier on, I said that oil would go back down at 75. When it goes back down at 75, it should start going back up again. But we need the oil to stay down so we can get cheaper flights to Thailand, because the businesses need it. The businesses need the support. Pattaya is very, very busy at the moment. I can't go there on a Saturday and a Sunday no more. It's too busy. I just can't. You just drive around in traffic all the time. It is chock-a-block. So I can only go to Pattaya and Jomtien Monday to Friday. Yeah, so I won't be going to this month's meetup because it's on a Saturday and it's just too busy. I'm just not prepared to sit in traffic. Yep, I like XRP. I've kept the XRP. If anyone's got any crypto, make sure it's not on Binance or not on Robinhood, not on Coinbase, because I'm telling you, I reckon all these companies they're just making up figures, absolutely making up figures. I just can't believe what they're getting away with. Like these programs I'm watching on YouTube, it's frightening to see what these companies are getting away with. They're just making it up as they go along. It's crazy. Anyone got any questions? Get in, got out quickly. Now. Away now. Do you go to school tomorrow? If you're, I don't care. You're not sick if you're singing, so off you go to bed. Bye. Bye. Lil. Bye, Lil. Sorry about that. It's my 5-year-old. She's decided to come down and be monkey. What else is going on in life, really? So she's telling me off now. 5-year-old telling me off. So how's life then, CJ? Other than that, is life good up in up country? I'm sure, because I do watch some of your videos, and I've watched quite a few of them. Yeah, that's the one. So at the moment, where are you at the moment? Let's have a look, see where you are. Oh, you're in Koh Chang, are you? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I've never been to Koh Chang. I've been to Samet, and I like Samet, but I've never been to Koh Chang.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Hua Hin, I don't know where I wasn't listening. So I see Hua Hin. I went over there one time, and what I found about Hua Hin, there was you would probably like it because you've been there, huh, Tom?
No.
You would like Hua Hin just because I found that there was a lot more boutique-y like restaurants. It seemed like a lot more restaurants like Peaky Blinders, like at every turn.
Really?
And, it looked like they had nice wine, nice sit down, go in there, tablecloths on the table. And that's what I took. That's what I took from Hua Hin. I wasn't there. I didn't do too much of the nightlife while I was there. I stayed at the Hilton, and that was the most comfortable bed I've ever slept on in Thailand, was at the Hilton in Hua Hin. And I talked to somebody the other day about that, and they agreed with me. They're like, oh, my God, yes, we did too. We're like looking at the mattress to see, who makes this mattress.
Yeah. He's only got 202 subscribers. Why is that? Why has he got... I bet his channel must have been taken down.
Who's that?
CJ. I'm sure he had more subscribers than that.
Well, let's take a look.
I've got it here.
Oh, let's see. He's got 203 subscribers. Bam.
I'm subscribed.
I am now.
I've been subscribed for ages.
What, like 2 days?
No. I've been subscribed for probably a couple of years. I don't know, a long time.
And I know I've seen CJ's channel before. I've watched his channel before. I know I have.
Yeah, because he's got really good
content.
Content. The content's really, really good.
And that's what I was saying before when I said, there's a whole bunch of channels out there that are really good. You've
1
got
second.
CJ Paradise. Okay. You've got really good um you've got oh, Tom got up and left. I'm sitting there looking at my phone because I got messages coming through. I'm glad this is a only about 3 people watching this. No, but that's what I was saying before is you've got some really good channels out there, and CJ would be one of them. And he's saying he's starting over because it got taken down. But
Yeah,
you've got some really good channels out there
yeah,
that haven't been discovered by the masses, and I'm going, how?
yeah.
Why?
Because I was a subscriber to his last channel, because he had loads of subs. Same as Golden Tickle, he got taken down.
Yeah. And it's one and it's and we talked about this before because Facebook took my main, the Facebook channel the Facebook profile that I had for years. I'm talking 15, 16 years
Yeah,
and didn't give me a reason.
yeah,
Said you're banned for life. I didn't make any political post. I didn't make any
Yep.
edgy post. It was just all of a sudden, boom, gone.
yeah,
And it's like, and then I appealed it, and they said nope, still going. They wouldn't give me a reason. They said for legal matters, we can't give you a reason. And I
Yep.
haven't experienced this with YouTube yet. I'm sure it's going to happen. And I'm just going, why? You're not even telling people, and it's the same thing that we're all saying. It's like, man, is there another different platform? Which I know there is because I said the same thing. I wanted to get out there and get something different.
Yep.
Yep. Brock saying, Brock, I wish I would have got a chance to talk. He's saying he wants to get into a meetup, and he's only about an hour or so away. So we'll have to get a hold of Brock next time.
Yeah, next, he wants to get to a meetup.
Yep.
I think the next, I'm not sure when the next meetup is. I know I'm not going to the next one.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be there. So I'm not going to be there for December or January, because in January I think I'm going to be in this end. And I was, so this is CJ in Paradise. They took his last one down, same as Golden Tickle. And when they took Golden Tickle's down, they just said they didn't even give him an excuse for it. They just took it down. Like he had 9,000 subs.
I thought he was more like 10 or 12. He
It
was
could have
about
been.
like
It could have been.
Rainey.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was, because he'd done it daily. He had a whole community, I kind of got the reasons with no reasons.
And yeah, that was me as well with Facebook. And that's the same thing that I'm hearing. And what kills me is they don't have to. They can just say no, and it's like start over again. And yet we still put up with, and that's the sad part, is we all still put up with it because here we are on YouTube and
yeah, like, because I think Golden Narrow's only just got over 1,000, is he? Is that correct?
Yeah, he's only got a little over 1,000 now.
Yeah.
So
and say CJ, that this channel's been going for about nearly 6 months. And
CJ, what was your subscriber count on the channel that got taken down, if you don't mind me asking? Because I want to say that was in the 20s, wasn't it? I know I'd watched his videos before.
Yeah. Well, he gave good content, because I remember watching his videos in the lockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's when I started watching YouTube. I didn't watch it before that.
I've been watching it for years.
See, I only went to YouTube then because I was just after information, because you just couldn't get any information off of anybody.
Right. Now, I'm the same reason. And when I first started coming over here, and believe it or not, one of the channels that I found first on YouTube with Thailand was, of course, Sunny.
Yep. That's the insurance company I use.
Yep.
AA Insurance Brokers. They are so cheap.
What a segue.
$450 a year.
Nice.
Very, very cheap.
Of course, and if you found Sonny's back then,
Yeah,
you found Rob's 22nd in Thailand. So,
exactly. Yeah,
um, and then that you get in that K hole on YouTube, and you just start going down it one day,
yeah,
and went from Rob, and then one day I came across Kevin, and then
yeah,
Kevin, and then this one and that one and that. I'm telling you right now, and then of course Johnny and who and I watched Johnny's video when he promoted um, when he promoted CB Media, and he said,
yeah,
"Hey, this is a buddy of mine." And he had a video of CB Media on his YouTube video, and it was him going, "Hey, if you like cars, if you like this, if you like Thailand, if you like travel, come check out CB Media." Well, the first thing I did, I said, "This guy looks like a nutcase. I kind of like it.
yeah,
Let me go check him out." And I subbed right away. I was like, "Yeah, this guy might
yeah, yeah,
he might be
yeah,
on to something. He's a personality." And the next thing you know, he come out with that long tail boat video that
yeah,
got that put him on the map, had his million views, and he just started taking off from there. And so I want to say I was in that early like 4,000 subscriber count with CV Media,
yeah,
um, and watched his transformation. Same way with a few of them. Jason Rupp as well. I was there before his channel exploded. So it's always interesting to see who's going to be the next one to explode.
yeah, 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 yeah. So he's from America. So whereabouts in the US you from then, CJ?
I don't know if CJ's still with us,
No.
or he might be going to the bathroom. That's my only knock about the live streams is I really wish we could see who's still on.
Yeah.
More or less. The only way we know if they're still there is if they make a comment.
Do you know what would be really nice as well if they had, on the YouTube side of it,
Mhm.
where it's got live chat, it'd be nice if the moderators could actually, if there's another click there which says who's actually live in the chat still.
Right, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
If it would tell at least a moderator or the person who's still there.
yeah. And CJ is there. So whereabouts are you from? From the West Coast Bay Area. So you're a 49ers fan as well? There's loads of people. There's loads of people here from the West Coast.
Yeah, they're up.
Loads of
Well,
people.
he's here in Thailand, but it's because it's not as far to travel. I've got to travel to the West Coast to make it over. So
Yeah, Kevin's still here.
yeah,
You're missing
Kevin.
Thailand. You're missing Thailand, Kevin. Must be a bit cold down in the UK.
Well, Kevin says he's got it on in the background while he's at work, so we're just helping
Yeah.
him through the middle of the workday.
Yeah. Well, what is it, about 2:30 in the afternoon in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. But no, I'm a 49er fan. I'm a massive 49er fan. I love it. I'll be watching them beat the Saints tonight. Oh, sorry, Ryan.
Yeah. I listened. LSU lost yesterday, and I kind of called
I
that one.
know, but did I give you shit over that? No.
No.
I was very respectful. I was very honourable. I actually
Well, you
said to
see,
you,
me, it doesn't bother me. It's like I don't have the
no.
only way if I'd get pissed about it is if I have money on the game, and then if
Yeah.
someone takes the piss out of you, that's when I get mad, and I'm like,
Well,
I got
that's,
money on the game. Shut up.
yeah.
But I haven't put money on any sporting events in years, just
No.
because I like it too much.
Well, again, it's an addiction, isn't it? Once you start
Yeah.
doing it, it's easy just to carry on.
Well, I can tell you this much right now. I made some money one year. I'm telling you, I hit. And it was the year, I want to say it was like 09 when the Patriots went on their tear, and they were beating people like 33-10 every week. They were covering the spread and the overs. And I was betting a wheel, and I was betting the overs and the spread. And it was like boom, 500, like 495 every week, 495 every week. And I was sitting there, and we actually had talked to says like, man, you must be getting tired of us hitting, pretty consistently. And he goes, y'all's little measly bets. we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
y'all's little measly bets. All right,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
he says, yeah, y'all win 500, and I got this guy losing 5,000. Y'all keep winning.
yeah,
We're like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, the bookmaker never loses really, but
no,
I think the bookmakers would have had a hard time of it last year in the playoffs because all those playoffs in the NFL last year, they was all settled by 3 points. I think every game.
right.
Every game was within 3 points. Every game, including the Super Bowl final.
I hate when they give the half. Oh, it seems like that half point always kills me.
Well, that's why it goes in the house favor. That's the half
Yeah.
point for the
Well,
house.
and when I see the half, I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
even getting involved in this. Screw you and your
Yeah.
half. That field goal's
Yeah.
going to fuck me over. I know it.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
half
yeah,
a point's
yeah.
going to screw me. When they say laying 3.5, I'm like, nope, kiss my ass. You know,
What's the odds tonight? What's the odds tonight? I think it's.
I really don't know. I don't know.
You don't really follow. You follow the college football, don't you? You know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very very interested tomorrow to see what happens with the rankings in the college tomorrow.
Right.
After this weekend, you know, because it'd be interesting to see where LSU are. And
I think they're going to fall out the top 10. You got beat by an unranked team. I mean, come on.
The trouble is as well, they got really beat as well. They didn't get, you know, it was a little bit beat.
You know, from what I could see, they came out. You know, I woke up, saw the score, turned it on for a little while, and said, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
It's you know, that I think they'll do better when they get rid of that quarterback. I really do.
Yeah,
he's too hit and miss. He's one
Yeah.
hell of an athlete, but he's got no brains between his ears. I'm sorry, he doesn't.
Yeah. I've got to wake up at 4, I think about 3 o'clock in the morning to watch the 49ers play.
Well, you tell me how the game is, and I'll sleep right through it.
Yeah. Now I've got to watch it. I'll be on the edge of my seat, you know. So I can't help myself. I really can't help myself.
So
It's been so this week, dining wise, we're off to Taco House on Tuesday. So there's me, you, Greenie, Far, the guy from the pie shop. There's going to be quite a few of us, isn't it? I think on Tuesday, maybe 6, 7.
And you never know, you might have Ditch and Corporate there. Now, I've talked to a few of the other guys in the lunch bunch, and they've messaged me directly and said, hey, keep putting, you know, I want to come out to eat with y'all. Keep posting when y'all are going and what times. Eventually, I'll be able to make one. So that's why I keep, you know, come about tomorrow evening. I'll post for Tuesday again.
Yeah. Because we haven't got to book a table for that. We'll be fine.
No, they've got a pretty big space there, and I've never gone in there where it was packed.
Yeah, now, well, we're dining at 12 anyway, aren't we? Dining at 12. So
now I can tell you this much right now: this place has picked up. Patia has definitely picked up.
Oh.
I think that the days of being able to move around and saying, "Oh yeah, there's nobody here," I think that's done. I think it is done. I'm curious, and I haven't talked to anybody in like Chiang Rai, because I went up to Chiang Rai just a few months back in August. And, you know, the national parks are closed down. I went into the center of town to go eat at the markets in the center of town where they have all the night markets every night. It was empty. You could fire a cannon through there, and a few tourists showing up. I'm curious to see how it is now. I'm very curious. Now, of course, Chiang Mai was busy because we're right there by the university, so the markets there were pretty packed. But Chiang Rai wasn't busy, but that's all we kept hearing out of everybody. They're like, man, if you want to travel in Thailand, like now's the time to do it because ain't nobody here, and you know you're not getting bothered by anybody. You can just move around freely. I'm not so sure right now. I'm pretty sure that if you didn't get out there, you might have missed the boats. Ditch and Corporate, you heard him on the chat. He goes, oh my God, they're back. I'm not liking this, because I even saw it today. You had a few buses running up and down Pratamac again, and I ain't seen buses in a long time, and they got full tour buses. The only thing that we're missing is the Chinese tour buses, which I'm not missing that at all. I'm just saying they're not here yet.
There's a lot of Russians, fucking shitload of Russians.
And they keep adding flights. They keep making more and more charter flights. But, oh, my God, is there a lot of Russians.
Oh, the Russians have got out of control here again.
I wouldn't say out of control. They usually keep to themselves for the most part. They like the beach. And
Yeah.
You
They,
know,
work,
they don't.
they normally bring their own brasses with them.
Right.
Yeah, they don't normally go with the Thai girls. They normally go with they normally bring their own, you know.
Well, you see a lot of families as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of families here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I suppose the schools closed down.
I don't know.
There's also a lot of young. Hello, Robert. There's a lot of young. There's a lot of young Russians here
Mm-hmm.
because they're all trying to escape the draft, aren't they? You know.
Yeah, it seems that way. I
Yeah.
actually worked with a guy that he left Russia when he was 16. Now he's 40 something now. And I even asked him once, I said, "Hey, are you ever going back to Russia?" He goes, "I don't think I can." And I was like, "Why is that?" He says, "If I show up at home, I'll probably be arrested." And he's a United States citizen now. He's got
Yeah.
a citizenship. And of course, he's got a
Yeah.
wife and a kid and everything. He said, but him and his mom left when he was like 16, and he was supposed to go back at military age to sign up for the selective service, but he
Yeah.
never did. He was like,
No.
the hell with that.
Yeah.
And he said if he goes back home, he'll probably be arrested. So he's never been back to Russia since the age of 16. Like I said, he moved over when he was 16. He's like 40 something now. So,
My God.
and I said, man,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a thing. You imagine that you leave out of your home country at the age of 16 and you don't feel you can ever go back home because if you do, you'll be arrested for missing selective service. You know,
I must admit, for the amount of time I've spent out of the UK, I don't feel like I'm English anymore. I can't be bothered to watch the England football team. I've got no interest in it whatsoever. Absolutely zero interest.
yeah.
Now, when we was at Greeny's wedding last Monday,
Mhm.
then I just sat at the bar talking, and the game was on. Everyone was watching the game apart from me.
Yeah. Robert, you're right outside of Hua Hin,
Harwood-
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is traffic and everything picking up there? Is seeing more tourists? How's that working?
But he's
More
also got
lines?
restaurants, and also about the restaurants. He's got loads of restaurants that way as well.
Yeah, that's you know.
Have you
I'm
been
telling
there?
you.
Have you been
Yes.
there?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay, I've never been there.
That's what I'm saying. I really think you would like Hua Hin just because of all the restaurants, like the boutique type restaurants. You know, we're walking past, and now you might not like it because it seems like the Falongs there that do go out to all these restaurants, they dress a little smarter. You know, they're wearing, it looks like they've taken a shower that day as opposed to us that looks like crap. You know, me and my
Yeah.
t-shirt and shorts and,
Me and my white linen shirt.
yeah, pretty much. They dress a lot more, stylish, so to say. It's not your typical monger looking Falong. So
I wouldn't say.
I did notice that.
I wouldn't say it's Monga looking. I think it's just beach bum wear.
Beach bum, yeah. They don't look like beach bums over there.
Because you normally find the Mongas normally wear like aftershave, and they normally wear shirts, and they do try and make themselves look quite respectable.
Not all of them.
You know, I just find living here. I think it's easier just not owning trousers and shirts and shoes and suits and ties, and it's just. And somebody said to me, "Why isn't it nice to be classy every now and then?" I went, "No, not really."
Well, if it wasn't for low class, I'd have no class at all. So,
well,
you're processing that one, huh?
I am, but it's. Like that time I went to go to a restaurant off of Pratanack, and they wouldn't let us in because of the clothing, because of the dress code.
The restrictions.
Yeah, and that owner, he actually reached out to me.
Really?
He reached out to me and he said, if you ever wanted to come to the restaurant, he would let us in however we was.
Wow, that one.
I think E.T. spoke to him.
No shit.
Yeah. I think E.T. spoke to him. Yeah, I think because when he contacted me, he said, E.T. said that you're really good guys in his restaurant and you'll always be welcome in my restaurant, irrespective of how you dress, which I thought was quite nice,
Yeah.
Is that a
I have a
question?
question for you guys about the Cliff Patia condo area. It's Cozy Beach, Joe. What's your question? Go ahead. I think I've asked quite a few of them on there. It's a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
Um,
There's too many soy dogs.
no, there's not too many. Well, there's soy dogs everywhere. Okay, so you have the Cliff area. If you're really set up, if your heart's really set on Cozy Beach, there's nothing wrong with the area. There's just not as many restaurants, but I'm keeping in mind for people that like to stumble around on foot. I think you're probably the same as me. It's like we invented we invented a motorcycle for a reason. So even if I'm going down to the 7-Eleven, which is literally on a corner, I jump on my bike and go down there. So if you have transportation on your own, living in Cozy Beach is not really a problem unless you're a heavy drinker. They've got a few little neighborhood bars there. They've got one that I really enjoy. In fact, I stopped in there the other night with I had a someone in town, Zeekman. Zeekman just left out yesterday, and he was in town, and he said, "I don't want to go to any place where we're going to be. I just want to relax someplace and have a beer." And just I said, "Well, I've got a good place. Let's go to the Hill Bar in Cozy Beach." So we went down to the Hill Bar. Now, where I sat in the Hill Bar, I could really spit and hit the cliff.
Yeah.
So the cliff is a very nice place. Cozy Beach is a nice area. They have the Instagram restaurants at the bottom, as I like to call them.
Yeah, I can't
What is
stand
it?
that.
The Bird's Nest and the Chocolate Factory and the this one and the View. There's like three of them. And I always forget the names. Um, all my friends used to live the Sanctuary Pradamac Patia. The Sanctuary is a hotel down at the bottom
Yeah,
next to
yeah,
me.
but it's quality. That is a quality hotel.
That's a
That
hotel.
is,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
you will.
beautiful
But it's a so's
sands.
Royal Cliff. Yeah, Sands and
Royal
all that.
Cliff. I wouldn't go
You,
to Royal Cliff. It is so secluded over there that if you take a taxi going out, it's automatically like 400 baht at the
yeah.
Royal Cliff down there. He's talking about the Cliff condos, I think, to purchase. Um, Joe, I tell you, the best thing in the
Joe,
world.
wait till you get it. Wait till you get
Yeah,
it,
I
Joe.
was going to say the best thing in the world, Joe, is to really just get a feel for it. If you're,
Thanks, Ray.
yeah, if you're, no, Joe, not Bang Saray. That's like the retirement home. Um,
Well, Greeny lives there, and I've been to Greeny's place, and it's amazing what's going on down there. It's amazing, absolutely
it
amazing.
is. I just, after being down there today, as much as I like visiting and sitting on the beach and the quiet and everything like that and looking at the water, I still like the area where I'm at because I need a little chaos and craziness around me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
live in total, like, I couldn't go live up on the farm. I know that. I love to visit the farm. I
yeah. I
love to go
couldn't live in the
work on the
farm.
farm. I can't live on the farm full time because
Yeah.
I need some crazy. Joe, another one I want you to look
Uh,
at then. I know your price range and kind of what you're looking for just by the few times that we've gone back and forth on these things. Look at it a condo called the Sands. It's in Pratamac. I really do think that you might like the Sands. They got not the Sands Cafe.
No,
Um,
well, it's right in front of it. The Sounds Cafe.
no, it's up more to the Sands Sauna Club. That's right there. The Sands is around the corner by
The Sands is next to the Sanctuary.
correct. It's right there. I don't know if it's on the
I,
map there.
my friend who is very very classy. He loved the Sanctuary. He loved it.
But
He
Joe's
booked it
looking
for
to
7.
purchase. Joe's not looking to stay. I mean, why would he
Oh,
come down? Why would he
but
come down here and stay in a
what
hotel?
are you doing? You look at the stay or buy or to
Yeah, he
live.
wants to buy. I remember we've gone over this before. Joe's looking to
Yeah,
buy a condo. So my suggestion is don't go stay in a hotel around here. Go see if you can find an Airbnb or a condo that's open in there and
yeah.
go stay in it when you're on holiday and say, yeah, I really like this place. I like the neighborhood. I like this. Hey, look, the
To be
pie
honest, with you,
shop came up. You saw it right in the middle there? You're right there. The pie
well,
shop.
the
Look
pie
up.
shop. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
there's the old pie shop. He's on Google Maps. Good for him.
Yeah, yeah. We like the pie
Um,
shop. I would say I would definitely look at the sands, because you can buy the sands are for sale as well, aren't they?
The sands are for sale, and then they've got right there next to the Sand Sauna Beach Club, they've got a few condos right there. And the good thing about those condos are you're not going to get somebody blocking your view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't build on that because that's where the Royal Palace is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they have restrictions because of the Royal Palace within so long. You can only go so high up.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the Sands got around it, because right there on the beach across from the Sands, they just tore down a 3 or 4, and it's a vacant lot right now. Yeah, Joe, if you got that much money, go buy that vacant lot right on the beach.
Cool. Wow.
They probably only won about 100 million baht for it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with some of the property that you're finding around the Pratamac and Cozy Beach area.
Yeah. But
You
that
can't-
area, the Sanctuary, the Sands, the Royal Beach View, the
Right.
Golden Cliff House, the Sand Sauna, Beach Club Patio,
Right.
where you live, a view to Lay 3B.
Yes.
They are the places to look at, because you've got everything there. You've got great restaurants. You don't
Beach
have to.
access.
You got beach access. You don't need to. You got no beach access for those with the Royal Cliff. You got no beach access.
Or the cliff.
Yeah,
He's looking at the cliff.
Yeah, there's no beach access.
The cool thing about
you can't walk from there to John TM.
Yeah.
And the soy dogs in that area, I know, because Kevin, 30 in the Wake Up, when he was living that area, his only complaint, and Gary, their only complaints were
the soy dogs.
The soy dogs.
The good thing about this area right here between Cozy Beach and Pratamac is, or especially right here in Pratamac, if I want to be in Jomtien, I'm there in 5 minutes or less, because I just take the beach road and I'm there.
Yeah.
And if I want to be in Pattaya, I'm there in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I like outdoor space. So if you like outdoor space, seriously, the only place to be, because you can see this is the John TM head viewpoint and the beach coming along here, which they've refurbished. That old beach along there is absolutely unbelievable. It's
I
stunning.
think he likes a big porch, though.
Yeah, but you can get all that. You can get all that, but you don't have to. You can get that in this Royal Beach View, which is a hotel as well.
Right.
They also have condos in there for sale. Because a lot of these hotels, they do residential at the top, then the peasants sleep at the bottom.
That's how they get away with the 50% Thai owner rule. You know how if you got a condo, so what they basically say is that, okay, let's say if you have 100 rooms and the if you got 100 in your building, you have 100 rooms. If you take the bottom floors and 50 of them, you turn them into hotel rooms. Well, those 50 are Thai owned. So the other 50, it doesn't matter who you sell it to. You can be Falun or Thai. So that's how they get around that, 50-50 or that 51-49 rule that they have, where, 50%, more than 50% have to be owned by a Thai in a condo building. I thought that was, they do it all over.
Yeah. That Pratnam 5-4, where, and where Mitch lives as well, around that area. That area is unbelievable.
Yes. And that's what I was going to get to earlier. I used to stay in Cozy Beach. All my friends used to stay. I still have a few over there as well. I go over there from time to time. I like a restaurant over there, Mr. Toys. He's a nice guy, cooks good Thai food, cheap. Sit down and have a big old plate of food and Coke Zero for like 70 baht still. Even does some good fried chicken.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, I started staying in Pratamac, especially since they built it up. And now I live in, I don't care, I'll tell everybody on YouTube, I live in the Pratamac area. So I'm biased, kind of like,
Yeah. No offense. No offense, guys. I went to Pattaya 43 years ago. We have family living there, but definitely not my cup of tea. Yeah, but this is Pratanac. rather than
Well,
Pattaya.
and but it's one of those.
Pratanack, if you go to that area now with the restaurants we go to in the area,
Right.
it is classy. The people walking around are very classy.
That's kind of, I wouldn't go that far. Chai Am is good.
I'll
but
tell you what, when we was in Cajun Life the other day, the people coming in there wasn't no poor people walking in there.
No. Well, but at the same time, like he's saying that, I agree with Robert in a sense of, if you took me and put me in downtown Pattaya, like
I
off
wouldn't
of
live there.
BKK or somewhere off of Second Road, or I would go nuts. I'd be like, oh, the hell with this. It's just too much traffic. It's too this, it's too that. You put me around anywhere from Third Road on in, that's why we're out of the city, so to say. We're between Jomtien and it's a little more relaxed. This is where people come to live. There's still bars but normally around 11:30, 12 o'clock, you can roll up the sidewalks. Now, I don't know how it is now with everybody coming back, but I remember I went out one night just to go down to 7-Eleven to go grab a Coke or something, or I was up late working. And I went, and I tell you what, like I said, you could have packed up the sidewalks. There was all the street vendors were closed. It was like, damn, because normally I'm in early.
So he's talking about the Cliff Residence Condo. Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, the Cliff, not the Royal Cliff, the Cliff. The Cliff is right there.
Yeah, well, the Cliff resident condo is over 200 meters from the sea.
You get a good view of the sea, though. It's up on the hill.
Yeah, it's on the hill, but that area is where Kevin and Gary stayed, and they were, they both got attacked by soy dogs.
Yeah. Joe, the best thing to do is go ahead and grab an Airbnb in both neighborhoods for a week at a time.
Yep. Well, if I was there, I'd grab an Airbnb for 1 week only.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 Yeah, be back in a bit. He's going to be back in a bit. John Tiem was a dirt road. Yeah. See, John Tiem is where most people are living now. I don't. Myself personally, Joe, as a single guy, I don't see what appeal Cliff Residence condo has got for anyone. If somebody gave me a condo, I wouldn't live there.
I would.
Well, you maybe. I wouldn't, because for me,
I almost did live there. I had a contract signed on in the Cliff. Everything.
I hate. I've been there when I've dropped Kevin off and I've dropped Gary off, and the fucking soy dogs running after my car. There's no way. There's no way I'd live in that area.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to live there.
Now, I will agree, because I've been through it on the motorcycle, and it's like you got to hit the horn to get them out the street. They're so lazy.
Yeah, I'm looking to rent out when I'm not there. Yeah, so
Airbnb.
if you're looking to rent...
Airbnb.
Yeah. So if you're looking to buy and rent out, you're still better off in... the sanctuary, the Sands. The Sands is far, far better, because that whole area there, I've got it on a map here in front of me, and that area is just buzzing now. You got the top gym there in the. That's the top gym in the area is there. That's the top gym. Yeah, the muscle factory.
They said they opened up another one, but the Muscle Factory is good, and it still attracts a lot of, they've got a lot of the Instagram people and all that stuff.
And the Royals live there, so it can't be that bad, can it? So,
no, and there's constantly undercover police crawling in the area.
Yeah, you got no crime in that area because the undercover police in the area. But you get no crime at all. It's zero crime. And you've also got the restaurants. The restaurants there are amazing. I'm telling you, you would be going into Cajun Life every day for breakfast. Every day.
Probably, because I'm there a lot of days.
If I lived in that area, I'd be in there with my chicken. I'd be in there with your missus eating the chicken Caesar salad every day.
Yeah.
Because that is the best chicken Caesar salad I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot. But I'm looking at the area you're looking at, Joe. Seriously, you need to come here and come to the civilized side.
You asked our opinion on it. Tom's given his. He's a definitely hell no. He wouldn't do it. Me, I'm a I could do it.
Well, where are you going to walk from there? Where are you going to walk from there? Where are you going to walk? You can't walk because you're going to get attacked by soy dogs.
Yeah.
So it means you've got to get on a bike, and when you're on your bike, again, you're going to get attacked by soy dogs. My friend got taken out up there on a soy dog. He's now living back in Holland. He was retired here. He had to go back because he got brain injuries when a soy dog knocked him off up that area. That whole area is full of them. And I'm not talking one or two soy dogs. They're in packs up there. There's packs of like 20, 30 dogs.
Just give it a shot when you're in town. Come in, stay. Yeah. Hell, even go up to Naklua. You'll be up there by yourself, but
yeah, that's not. No, I think it's a shithole up there. I don't like it.
I don't like the area because I remember I stayed down there when they were doing all that construction, and I'm telling you, when they were doing that construction, I was like, you barely had to take a dirt road in. They cut a dirt road. We're really going through parking lots for buses to get back into the neighborhood. And I said, man, once they get this built, it's going to be nice. You know, all concrete, all nice, this, that. Oh, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Where you live, you've got that beach, and also as well now, which you wouldn't have seen when you was here last time, Joe. They've got a new beach road which goes all the way along to John TM from the Sanctuary Hotel.
Yeah.
Before that wasn't there, so you could walk down the beach for, I think it's 8 kilometers. Is that correct?
More than that, if you're going all the way to Jumped In down and not Jumped In.
Yeah.
I want to say, it's a good little. It's a hike.
It's a hike. Yeah.
It's a hike.
And they do all the keep fit. They do all the Tai Chi. They do everything there along the beach there. It's amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. He said he's found a flight with Nova for 548 quid. I'd book that. Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, I would book that too. Every once in a while, I tell you what, I really do like. Even though Richard said it's EVA, I still see Eva. I really do like Eva Air. I've had good, except for people sitting next to me, I've had good experiences on the Eva flights.
Yeah. But at that price, I would book that.
Hell yeah.
I'd book it. I'd book it and see what the upgrade is to Economy Plus.
They're actually, here's your trivia for the day. They're the first ones to come out with premium economy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's cheap, isn't it? That's really cheap. Yep.
Hey, Tom, guess what?
What, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours. It's time to go.
It's time to go. Well, people, thank you very much for logging in tonight and lively discussion. Thank you very much for reaching out.
Well, hold on. I got to answer this question real quick. I know Tom says no to Bangkok. How about you, Ryan? Did you say no, Tom? Now we're talking about to live.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's fucking shithole.
Hell no. I think that answers that question.
Yeah. And it's gone back to normal. The traffic's bad. I've got to live somewhere where I've got air quality. That's the reason why I won't live up in the jungle. I'll never live in this sand because I can't stand the burning season.
I tell you, it's just me in Bangkok has a funny, I could never get into a groove in Bangkok. Every time I would try to go visit this, that, the other, I just could never get in a groove in Bangkok. It just never was my, and I'm not there's only been one big city that I've traveled to across this globe that I really liked, and that was Hong Kong. I for whatever reason, I just clicked with Hong Kong. I liked Hong Kong. Other than that, I was surprised how much I liked it. I was like, well, I'm here. Let me get, and I could have done a week or two in Hong Kong, and that's odd for me because I don't like big cities. Like really big cities. I like that medium range, like Pattaya, Hua Hin. I need just a little bit of craziness, but I also need to be able to get around. So,
yeah.
I like staying on, but for me, I'm a big no on Bangkok. But I do have people that live there, and they would have it. They can't live down here. They're like, no, I need to be in the city.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You know, so that's why they make. That's why they make Coke, Sprite. That's why, what is it? Baskin & Robbins has 32 flavors, 31 flavors, 30, whatever flavors they have. You get vanilla, I'm going to get chocolate. Someone's going to get strawberry. So different strokes for different folks.
I can't be anywhere near anywhere that's got poor air quality at all.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so paranoid about air quality, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. Well, if you like New York City and you like all that type of stuff like that, Joe, then you'll probably love Bangkok.
Yeah.
And you know, do you buy your shoes by looking at them on YouTube or the internet, or do you want to go to the store and try them
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Come
For
slip
me,
them on, see what you want.
yeah, but that's when he was a young man and he was working and everything else, yeah. But
Yeah.
when you're retired, for me, where Ryan lives in Prattanac, that area there, like the Sanctuary Hotel, I say my friend, he booked it for 7 days. He loved it so much, he booked it, and he was paying 6,000 baht a night, which I know is well within your budget, Joe. He was paying 6,000. No, sorry, he was paying more than that. He was paying 8,500 baht a night because he had a penthouse at the top.
Yeah.
And he booked it for a week, and he said, "I'm loving it so much." He booked it for a second week, and
Yeah.
and he said he would actually live there. He said if he come over, he'd actually book that room for 3 months at a time. That's how much he liked it. And when we looked around, he said he would either live in John TM or Prattanac only.
Yeah.
He went to Harwin and he didn't like it. It was too quiet for him. You know, it was just too quiet for him. But I like quiet. Well, you know that, Ryan, because you was down my place today. So I like quiet. I don't want anywhere noisy.
Yeah, and you see, and we talked about it. I said, you know, it was great to visit. It was nice to sit there on the beach. It was nice to ride through the neighborhood. I enjoyed my little motorcycle ride, getting lost up in, you know, damn near going to Isan. I felt like it. If I wouldn't have stopped myself another hour into it, I would have been into Isan. I was cruising on this backcountry road, passing up tractors, and so let me check my phone. I think I'm lost, and so you know, it's one of those things. But everybody's just different. That's why I tell everybody, just come try it out. Try out. Don't buy. Try it out. You know, try out a week. Try out. You'll know within the first week or so whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know, try out Bangkok, try out Prattanac, try out Cozy, try out Naklua, go try Chai-am, you know?
Joe, in Prattanac, you got the Sands Sauna Beach Club. I'm sure they got a float center there.
What the hell's a float center?
It's like a pod, and you sit in it and you float.
Oh, okay. One of those deprivation chambers?
Yeah, you kind of go in there and you just like it's like being weightless. You got that weightless feel because of the salt in the water.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes you really buoyant.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's for people who want to like Joe's in them like meditation and stuff like that. So
yeah, we have a whole bunch of marijuana shops too. They'll help you meditate.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks very much for coming on this week. I hope to see you next week. I'll have some charts next week. And
charts are back.
Charts are back next week. This week has just been madness.
Yes,
madness week. It's been. I think I've done more videos this week than I've ever done in one week.
And you know what? After I get off here, I'm not editing anything tonight. I'm done. I'll do it tomorrow morning.
I'm going to sit on the sofa. I'm going to fall asleep, and I'm going to wake up for the NFL, which is at 12:30 tonight.
Yep.
And then I'll be awake till 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and I'll sleep through the daytime.
Yep. So,
all right. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're not meeting up tomorrow. So, guys, thanks very much. It was great seeing everybody. I'll speak to you later on. Ciao.
Yep. Later.